Shout out to Marco Pedrano, AMG,
Alfredo Jr.,
Dan Real, Mantis, Christopher Graves, Mada Alpusa,
Nathan Arseno,
and Touch My Dilly.
Welcome back in with King Family to another F1 Clash video, and we're here for our Mercedes team event opening round. Alright, so we're going to be jumping into our opening round here and see what we could do in the opening round to get qualified to the final round. Alright, so Monza up for our first race, 46% chance of rain. Let's jump into it. Remember to subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Also remember to smash that like button on the video. Come on guys, smash that like button. Let's get some likes on this video, and let's jump in. Here we go for our first match. We're on Italy for this one. Let's see what we could do here. Taking a little bit of time to load here. Hopefully it's not a disconnect. All right, there we go. Nice little loading up. (11:13) qualifier. So that's where we kind of saw ourselves qualifying, and it's gonna be wet. All right, so since it's gonna be wet, we're gonna go hex. Do we want to use hex here though? Yeah, let's do something different from X. This track requires corner, so we're gonna go tune. Since I don't have enough hex, and we're gonna go Kappa. All right. So hex and Kappa. Let's go. Start off with boost. All right, nice start from our tune boost here. Nice down in. Oh man, what a line from that tune. The Kappa kind of got stuck in traffic, but the tune made his way through. Let's see if he keeps up. There you go. Keeps going. Keep going, man. Keep going. All right, we're gonna cut him down right about there and right about there as well. All right. So from here, we're gonna manage our tires. Let's give a little boost here to support. And then we'll cut back down right there and right there, as we're up to P5 and P12 currently. Squeeze with that Kappa to pick up there. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so the race is looking good so far. We just need now to manage our tires and do our pit strategy. All right, so because we're using the tune with Hamilton, we're going to be doing a 2-stop strategy with him, and we're going to be doing a 1-stop strategy with George Russell. All right, so we're going to boost Hamilton now, not from here. We're going to boost him in this lap and go to pit for a 2-stop strategy. You know, we're basically doing a 3-3-2 with Lewis, and we're doing a 4-4 with Russell. We could do a 4-4 with both drivers and not stock. But let's see what we can do with Lewis on the 3-3-2, or we could go 3-2-3 with Lewis. All right, nobody's going to pit. Nice, nice, nice. Why we're sending Lewis now is so we could get the possible undercut for all those who did not go to pit. There you go, there you go. Nice exit there from Lewis, and we want him now to team orders in front of George Russell. And then we're gonna send Russell now into his pit stop or his 1-stop. And here comes Lewis Hamilton, and we're gonna boost George Russell in from there. All right, so Lewis should catch up to P1 as all those cars should stop. So the undercut was successful for Lewis Hamilton here. Now to use this clean air to create some distance. Let's go Russell, get out in P10. Back out in P10, George. P10, come on. You got this. All right, back out in P10. Great. Great, great drive from George Russell back out in P10. All right, we're going to cut down there and let Lewis use that clean air and create as much distance as possible. And then we're going to bring him into pit now. for a fresh set of medium tires. The track is now basically dry, but we don't want to be too aggressive on this dry track with our drivers, because it's drying out with cloudy and not rain, not sun, so it's going to take a little time before it dries out completely. Alright, so we've conserved 1 lap with Russell down there in P10. So we're going to now start to get aggressive on Russell and push him. And we can cut Lewis Hamilton down. And Russell should make his way up to at least P7, P6, as those cars will be going to pit. And now he's up to P7. Let's see. Alright, and those are going... Oh, they went to pit for dries. And the track is not yet at 26%. We still have 10% to go. And we're not going back to pit with our drivers. We're just letting our drivers go to the finish. Let's see if that number 2 car goes in. We're going to pull the trigger. Nope, he did not go in. Alright, we're still going to pull the trigger with Russell here. And boost him around. As some of these cars are going to be running out of tires. So we want to have just a little bit of tires with George Russell to basically boost the finish. So we can possibly pick up a few extra positions once these guys go out of tires. So we're going to let George boost from here on home. And some of them are now out of tires. So we should pick up to number 6 is where I think we should pick up with Russell. We're not going to get higher than 6. There is P6. And we slam into the back of P6. Now we squeezed around. Oh, man. If I had not picked up P6 there, I would be so mad. I would be so mad to not pick up P6. He was out of tires. And Russell just came and slammed into the back of the car. Man, when he should have just overtaken that car fairly easy. Alright, so P1, P6 for our first race. The undercut worked great for Lewis Hamilton there. And we managed to pick up the positions. Alright. So that's going to be 43 points for our first race. Looking good. Alright, let's take a quick look at our rival. Level 4 Russell with a level 5 Hamilton. And some good parts on his car as well. Alright, so we're going to be jumping on into our next race. And as you see, the rival car is tuned to high grip here. And as you see from my boost guide video for the GP event, as you know, now I've started a brand new boost guide series for your OR and finals. So every Friday, tune in back to this channel for a guide on all 8 tracks in terms of picking their best boosts for those tracks. All right. Here we go for our second race of the video. We're on France. 25% chance of rain this one. So I think this one is going to be a dry race, or if it's going to be some form of rain, it's going to be a mixed race. Overall, I don't think this is going to be a heavy wet race at all. Taking a little bit of time again to start. Hopefully it does not disconnect. Hopefully. All right, there we go. We got the start. All right, so cloudy in qualifiers. Let's see if it's going to be a mixed race or it's going to be completely dry. Naturally, completely dry or mixed is what it's going to be. Yep, so there we see a mixed race coming in here. All right, so we're going to prepare for that mixed race, as we said. So we're going to go downforce. I'm not really going to prepare too much for the wet. And all right, let's give SAR, so we have some wetness ability in there. Let's go. All right, 2 minutes to the rain, so we should be able to get a good amount of laps in. So what I might be doing here is going for 4 laps, since we have the downforce and the SAR boost on. I might be going for 4 laps. And then what I'm going to do after I go for 4 laps is to go to wet tires, as then the rain should start to come on in, and then we'll have 5 laps of wets to go to finish. All right, so we're going to cut down right around here and right around there after our clean start, and or driver maintained position and picked up the downforce, picked up a few position there while the SAR maintained position. So let's keep going down the inside. We got a clean inside there, but it wasn't clean enough, or else we would have picked up that position from Bottas. All right, so when you're going for the top down view, it's kind of a little bit easier to see your driver's intent. Like there you could see, or Russell was going to hold to the line, so we gave him a little support around the line there. All right, 1 minute 43 second to rain. You want to keep a close eye on that weather tab right there. And we're just going to let our drivers drive. Naturally, they're defending and holding their position, not losing out. Taking that corner nice and tight. We're going to go wide there. So we gave a little support to Russell. And we have the extra tires. 1 minute to rain. And we have basically 1 lap to go. So by the time the end of our 4th lap, we should be able to go to pit for those wets. We're going to be stocking a little bit here. Or what I might do is boost Lewis Hamilton. Let's do it from now. So he creates a little bit of distance for himself. As we see the cars now filing into pit, a few of them. We want to try and boost George Russell as well so we can get by pit. Right, we'll keep that boost on Lewis. And we'll cut Russell down as he picked up to P7. And yes, we are coming into pit for those wets. Right now, 30 seconds to those wets. So we'll keep that boost on Lewis. Cut down so we don't run out. Then we'll boost right back up to see if we could squeeze through here on Verstappen. There we go. Squeezing through on Max to pick up P2 as we go into pit. Diving in here for our wet tires. All right, so everybody's on softs and such the like. And we're going on to wets. All right, let's go. All right, so P5 out on those wets, and here comes the SAR out in P12. Yes, P12 on those wets. All right, so with these wets now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be boosting this entire lap here. And then we're going to cut down to maintain our tires to finish. All right, so why I boost this lap is so I could close down the gap to any cars that are on regular tires, as they're going to be starting to slow. So we're going to slow down here. And that number 1 car, that gap that he has is what we want to close down. And that gap to that number 5 car with Russell is what we want to close down. So we're basically slowing down here, as our drivers should be faster. So one thing to note, if your drivers are on the correct tire for the weather, and rival drivers, they don't really slow that much, and they still do defend their position. So you're not going to be just squeezing by them fairly easily. They do defend their position, and they're not necessarily all that slow. All right, so you want to make sure at some point you give some form of boost. So we're going to boost Russell here to go by those that are going to be in pit, that are going to be switching to wet tires, and then we'll cruise from there. All right, so we see Hamilton made his way up to P1, and we see a few cars, 2 cars in front of Russell on wets and 2 on mediums. So we should catch up to those on mediums. So we're going to boost Russell right from there. So he goes and catch up to those on those mediums, and possibly try and squeeze by the ones on wets. All right, so let's cut down. Russell here is on medium as well, and as you can see, it took us a little bit of time before we could get past him to make our way up to P4, where George Russell staying out on his mediums. Leclerc on wets. Leclerc wets looks like they're going to be running out. So we're going to boost Hamilton from there. And we're going to boost George Russell right from around here. Let's see if he can go and catch Leclerc and score a 1-3 for us here in this mixed race. Down the inside, there we go. Nice overtake there from George Russell to pick up P3. So good race there. Our plan worked out in our favor, and we timed our race perfectly there. The weather was perfectly on our side, and we took full advantage of that. All right. So let's wait for the rival Hamilton to finish his race, and then we'll take a look at the debriefing, and then we'll jump into the next race. One would wonder, like, if you've already won a race like this, and you get a disconnect, would the race be credited to you if the rival did not finish his race? One would wonder. Don't know. Probably not. All right, so there we go for our race. Strategy worked perfectly in our favor there. And we went up against level 4 Hamilton with a level 4 Russell and a pretty decent car as well. All right, so let's jump on into the next one. Here we go for our next race, Austria for this one. Let's see what qualifiers bring us here and what we could do for this one. It look like we're getting out qualified 12-14, rival 8 and 9. So that indicates that our drivers are basically still in our range, but the rival drivers are way stronger than ours. Is the indication there. All right, so what we're going to be given here is we're going to give tune to Hamilton since he's up in the front, and we're going to go for that new boost that gives us corners and grip because I want the extra corners. All right, so this strategy is I'm going for mainly corners in my boost decision here, as this track requires good corners for your drivers to do anything good. So let's see if the corners pays off, and let's go. All right, so good start from Lewis Hamilton. Russell kind of struggling, but still holding position. Nice start from Lewis, making his way up there. Russell still holding positions. Currently up to P9 with Lewis. Let's see if we can get Perez, then we'll slow him down a bit. All right, so we did not get Perez, so we're going to slow down, and P13 for George Russell, so we're going to cut him down there. All right, let's give some support to Hamilton as he got Perez right there. Then we're going to cut him back down. What I want to do here is to use my drivers in a way where I'm using the overhead view here to see where drivers are picking up. Russell picking up there. I want to see those opportunities with the overhead view. We're going to be doing a 2-stop strategy with Hamilton, and we're aiming for a 1-stop strategy with George Russell. All right, so Russell kind of got into the jam there and lost 2 positions that Hamilton created in the start. So we're going for 5 and 4 with George Russell, and we're gonna go for 4, 3, 2. We should have gone for 3, 3, 3 with Lewis there and go to pit like there, and then aim for the undercut. But it's all right. We're gonna go for the 4, 3. So we're going for 4, 3, 2 with Lewis. So we're gonna boost him from there to go to pit. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna also boost George Russell right about from there, so I can catch like all of those cars that are gonna go to pit on those softs. We want to aim for all of them. All right, here comes George Russell. So 1, 2, 3 getting out. All right, we didn't catch all of them, but we did catch the rival at least. Then we're gonna cut back around Russell here, and we're gonna bring him in for a fresh set of medium tires, and we're gonna boost him right from about here as Lewis is charging on his hards, on his softs. So let's see if Russell can possibly squeeze. Nope, so he cannot possibly squeeze in front of Hamilton here, so he's gonna go in with him as Lewis now attacks for some positions. Let's see if Hamilton can take the rival Russell down here. All right, so we did 5 laps with or Russell, got blocked on the exit, so we're back out in P17, way in the back, and we have 4 laps to go, and we have 4 laps of boost. So we're boosting George Russell to finish from there, while Hamilton on soft tires is still stuck here on George Russell with hards. So we're gonna struggle to get around. Why we're struggling here to get around is because the rival Hamilton is off a higher level than or George Russell, so it's gonna take a little bit of time for him to work his way through there. As you now see, he's picked up to P4, and we're gonna bring him in right here for his tires, his change. And let's take a quick look at the front runners. So hard and mediums up by the front, and we should catch a few of them as or Hamilton now exits back out behind the rival Hamilton, and some of them should go to pit here, and we should get the undercut on a few of them. Now the next thing we need to focus on is the rival Russell, who went to pit way earlier than he should for those hard tires. So did he service is the question, as we now struggle to get around the rival Hamilton. We're now low on fuel for Lewis, and that's basically going to be his race. And because the rival drivers were higher level, they have a lot more defense stats than our drivers. So that's kind of one of the reasons why we struggle to get the overtake. As you can see, Russell struggling to get the overtake off Gasly here. Give him back some support, give him back some boost to finish, because they are lower level than the rival drivers, and than those drivers. We managed to get 28 points, still a good amount of points there. As you can see, the rival has a very higher team score, and I expect these drivers to be at least level 7 or at level 6. And as you can see, their defense is way higher, 80 on defense, while we had 74 on overtaking. So that plays a role whenever you get a rival with higher drivers. That does play a role in your overtaking. Your drivers tend to overtake less because the rival defense are way stronger than your overtaking stats. So if our overtaking were at least at 80 or above 80, like at 81, then we probably would have had a better chance to overtake there. And as you know, driver stats are maxed out at 80, I believe, so can't get any higher when it comes to defending from there. All right, so let's jump into our last race. All right, here we go for our final race of the video. We are on the United Kingdom, Silverstone for this one. All right, let's see what we can do here. I think we're going to get that 11-12 qualifiers, somewhere about there. Let's see. All right, so there we go. 11-12 is where I expect us to qualify, as that has been our range. And we're gonna go same. We're gonna go same tires we just used. What did we just use? Tune and the new boost, where we're going for those extra corners. All right, so we're mainly going for corners is what we did there. So we're gonna go for mainly corners here again, and we want that tune so we get that fast pit time in there. All right, let's go. Top down view, start off with the boost. Let's see if Hamilton can dive to the inside right away. Oh, it's a real player as well, and he went for Gladiator and the I don't remember that name. I think it's a Harold or something like that, that boost that he's using there. All right, let's see how his boost will perform against our boost with the extra corners. All right, so we cut down or Russell there. Let's give him back some support as he squeezed for that position. And we're gonna see Lewis Hamilton picking up there, so we're gonna cut down there, and we're gonna cut down there with Russell. All right, so since we're going up against a real player here, and this is not a bot, and we can see our real player here, he's boosting away, trying to pick up some position. We're gonna allow him to do his thing, and we're just gonna let our drivers cruise while he's boosting away. All right, so why I'm doing this is that I'm extending my laps, and he's just wasting fuel. And we're going to give our drivers just a little supports here and there, like we saw Russell could have picked up that position, but he didn't manage to do so. and we're gonna let our rival here keep burning down his tires as we're doing a one stop. And at the rate of how he's burning his tires, he's going to be doing a two-stop strategy. Or if he's going to go for a one-stop, he'll have to go back to like hard tires, which are not really all that good. And as you can see, he's just boosting away with these boosts and wasting his fuel at this point and tires. And he has caught up to Lewis Hamilton, but doesn't really make any difference because his tires are done and his fuel is about to go done as well. All right, so based off of what level George Russell he has as well, this is where the overtaking and defense stats are going to come into play. Based off of what level George Russell he has, his Lewis is going to hold him up, just like how you saw us get stuck on the rival a while ago. And there he goes now to pit. We're going to boost now by pit. We're going to stock, but it's all right because why? Or tune boost will give or Lewis a faster pit time, and we will be able to pick up some positions there. All right, so we see the rival coming back to mediums for his drivers. So I guess he's doing a 4-3-4 instead of doing a 4-3. Lewis about to run out of tires, so we have to cut him down there. What are the temperatures here? How comes our tires are down that much? Our tires are down by a lot. I didn't expect my tires to go down that much. Our tires are down so much that George Russell caught up to Lewis Hamilton. So the tire temperature seems not high. It's 11 degrees. So I don't know. The tire deck seems very high here in this race for some strange reason. But we should now be able to boost the finish with our drivers. But I don't know why the tire deck was so high. But we should be able to boost the finish from here. That was strange though. That was very strange that the tire deck was so high. Very strange. Or maybe we forgot to cut down early enough after our boost lap. Probably that's the case. All right, so we're going to keep our boost going. We see our rival now going into pit with his Russell, trying for the undercut on our Russell, which worked out perfectly for him. So great undercut there. Really great race because of the tire deck situation that we had. We should definitely give him a well done for that. That's a good move there. As we keep pushing our drivers. But we should catch his Hamilton out though, as his Hamilton will not have enough tires or boosts to hold back George Russell, as you can see, who's now attacking his Hamilton. So it still comes back down to what's the defense is on that Hamilton compared to George Russell, who's attacking and he's not getting around just yet. All right, so he's defending pretty much at a good rate so far. So at this rate, we want to take a look at that overtaking stat and that defending stat after the race is over. So Russell finally gets the overtake done, as Lewis now struggles to get around Ocon, possibly because this is a higher level Ocon than or Lewis, and his defense is pretty much better. All right, Lewis about to run out of tires, and the rival passed just in time, but George Russell caught up just in time to make up a lot of positions. So P10, P12, P11, P12, where we qualified, is where we finish, while the rival Hamilton lost all that position as he didn't have enough tires to do so. So 27 points for us here. We managed to have a higher team score here, so that might play a role. But there we go, level 5 Russell with level 5 Hamilton. And as you can see, the defense is 76 and 75 on level 5 Hamilton and level 5 Russell, while the overtaking is at 74. All right, so both drivers defend better than they overtake at this stage. So that plays a big role into if your drivers is going to overtake or if they're not. All right, the defense of the defending driver compared to your overtaking, the higher the defense is than your overtaking, the longer it's going to take your drivers to possibly get an overtake. All right, so after or 4 races, we did 144, which is really nice. And if we could duplicate 144, that would be 288, which would be really qualified. a good position to get qualified for the final round. So at this point, we can definitely see that we're going to be getting qualified. Use code word qualified down below to let me know that you made it to this portion of the video. Really appreciate you guys who watch the full videos for all your support, and let me know down in the comments how you guys are doing in your event. And that's basically going to be it for this one. Hopefully this video helped you guys out for your first 4 races. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. All good, guys. Bye.